Welcome back, everybody. Rock Talk, Episode 5. We've had volleyball, we've had soccer, we've had cross country, but now it's time to get back to what I like to talk about, and that's football. And I'm here with Coach Calvin Toliver. And, Coach, how you doing this morning?
Doing great. Can't complain.
Can't complain.
No better Wednesday, so, hey, there we go.
Absolutely. It's hump day. How are you feeling coming into your 4th season as head coach of the Rockford Regents? What's been the vibe like so far in fall camp and then heading up to your first game, which is Saturday?
Yeah, just getting adjusted, more comfortable in the sense of the day-to-day routine, whether it's football or, office work and things like that. So, obviously, getting the experience over time, things that I stressed about last year or the year before, I don't really stress or worry about those things because I know, it's kind of, if you organize, it kind of becomes more just being on top of it and handling it.
Right, everything just starts to fall into place.
Correct.
Once you do it once, it becomes easier to do it the second, the third, the
Correct.
4th time. And what a lot of people don't know, about just coaching college football is about 90 to 95% of the time you're not on the field. You're in the office. You're doing the busy work like that. What's that like every day just with the staff?
Yeah, obviously, the main thing is making sure that our players are supported academically, emotionally, just making sure that they're good. It's a lot that, these 18 to 24-year-olds deal with on a day-to-day basis. So for us, just making sure we're having conversation, making sure that these guys understand that we're here for them and we want to support them as best as we can, academically and emotionally and socially. So, and then from there, it's recruiting, always looking for good people, people that can come in and fit into what it is that we're trying to do here. So,
yeah, and you know exactly what that's like. You were a college football player yourself, quarterback at Delaware State. What was your time like playing there?
Yeah, so I went to Delaware State as a quarterback, and in a brief moment, they brought me in the office and said, "You're not playing quarterback no more." So. Had to play that tight end H-back position, which you learned a lot about the game as a whole.
Yeah.
When you're a quarterback, you're supposed to know everything with the offense, but when you're playing that H-back tight end spot, you're more involved in the run game and the pass game, so you see it a lot differently, and it gives you balance in both sides of it. So. It was fun, we won a conference championship ring, and we were able to play in the NCAA playoffs for the first time in school history. We lost. We played against University of Delaware.
The Blue Hens.
At that time they had Joe Flacco, who was amazing.
Yeah, was he legit? Did you know that this guy?
He was legit, man. It was crazy. He's like 7 feet tall.
Yep, and he's still doing it. That's what's so wild.
That's what's crazy.
Starting quarterback for the Browns.
I can barely get out my bed. I still work out, but man, that's just crazy. So yeah, with Delaware State, that's home for me. It'll always be home for me. I love it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know what that's like. I was a high school quarterback, and then when I went and played football in college, I switched to slot receiver. You're looking at me, 5'8", not a cannon of an arm, but exactly what you're saying. Like a quarterback, you get the sky-high view of the offense, and then when you switch to a different position, you start to see the inner workings and the details. Did that help you just seeing all those different sides? You're the OC, you're the mastermind of the game plan. That help you just build your offense?
100%. I think for me, my college coach, Mike Gallagher, kind of told me, when we were meeting one day that, I'm going to be a coach. I didn't see it as that. I knew for me, I wanted to keep playing football. Young, naive from that. But he did tell me that, man, you're going to be a coach one day. You just don't know it. And, surprisingly, the football, I love the game.
Yeah.
I love everything about what the game brings. I could talk football and watch football all day and do it
be
for
fine.
Free. Be perfectly fine. I'm happy. So, it just helped me just be able to better understand the numbers. It's a numbers game, and I just, I kind of approach it in that sense.
Were you always focused on offense? Was there ever a thought of maybe coaching defense just to get just sense of what that side of the football is?
Yeah, here and there I'll dip and dab over there and do different drills and kind of work with those guys. I did coach defense in high school when I
Mm-hmm.
was coaching at the high school level. So um, my mentality is defense, just kind of how I approach everything.
Yeah.
But primarily I've been on the offense. But
Yeah.
there's something about the defense, knowing that I'm an offensive guy, what gives me headaches, that I know
Yes.
what can give other people headaches as well. So now as I'm getting more and more into this position, I'm having, a lot of more conversations with the defensive coordinator, Coach
Mm-hmm.
Henning, and just, picking his brain and making things challenging for him and letting him know, like, hey, like these are things that are challenging and this is how you may want to attack a team,
Yeah.
based off of what they're doing offensively. So, yeah.
And you're in the unique position. You're the head coach, and you're also the offensive coordinator. So you're battling with the defensive coordinator every single day, trying to beat him, trying to do something. But you're also the head coach. So when the defense has success, you kind of feel that. You feel good inside. What's it like? I mean, I just remember in our practices, it always felt like when the offense had a good day, it was a great day for everybody. When the defense had a good day, it was a horrible practice. What's your view on that?
Yeah, I would say balanced.
Yeah.
I think you don't want it to be one-sided. If it's one-sided, then, yeah, I'm going to have a bad day.
Uh-huh.
But if we go out there and we score a couple touchdowns and the defense get a couple turnovers, then I'm happy, because, everyone's kind of competing and working. We're not feeling sorry for ourselves. But if we go out there and defense can't stop us at all,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm going to be upset. But then same thing, if offense can't get it rolling or moving, I kind of look at it like I'm upset, but then I have to look at myself and say, well, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
How can I better make it simpler or more comfortable for them,
Yeah.
and being able to work through the processes of whatever it is we're trying to do. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's completely understandable. I mean, I get it. You're the head guy, so you need balance. You need the defense and the offense to be working at the same time. How's practice been? I mean, how's fall camp leading up to the season been so far?
Yeah, man, it's been a process. Health is always going to be the number one concern.
Yeah,
So
especially in this sport. Yeah.
So, for us, we're healthy. We don't have any major injuries or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that. So we're kind of peaking right at the right time, I feel. And we just got to kind of find a way to put it together. September 6th is going to be here. Beloit's coming. So,
Yeah.
At 1 o'clock, it's going to be kicked off. If you're not ready, then there's nothing I can do to
You're never
say.
going to be ready, right? Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch against Beloit. You played them the last 3 years, 2-1 against them. Battle of Rock River, I believe, and you're the head coach for all three of them. What does it look like? I mean, you've probably done hours and hours watching film on them. What do you think Beloit's bringing in?
Talent. I mean, those games, every game we've played them, it's always been one or two plays that tip the boat one way or the other, And so for us, we more so are focused on us and making sure we're playing it the right way, playing the game the right way, playing together, competing and playing with joy, not just out there just to be out there, making it about the individual. It's about the team. It's about your teammates. And ultimately, that's really what it is. I mean, but playing a team like Beloit, man, they have talent over there also.
Yep.
So for us, we have to make sure that we don't beat Rockford.
Right.
If
Can't
we
beat
don't-
yourselves.
Yeah, if we don't beat Rockford, then it gives us a chance to kind of be successful.
Yeah, and you're bringing in kind of a different looking team this year, especially offensively. I mean, Jalen Ray, your quarterback over the last 4 years, he's now in the coaching staff. He's the quarterback coach. You're losing him. I mean, he holds basically every meaningful Rockford passing record that there is. You're losing your leading rusher, Jack Carey. He graduated. So how are you going to replace that production this year?
Yeah, that's a good question. Defense,
Yeah.
protecting the football, playing great special teams, working together as a staff, being able to communicate effectively, offensively. This is probably one of the best times I've had as a football coach because the people in the office understands me, understands my expectations as far as what we want to do. And every year is a different year. So from year 1 to year 4, it's all been different teams. It's okay. Who are the guys that gives us the best opportunity to get some success? And we got to do it as a collective. That's the only way it's gonna work.
Yeah,
so.
22 guys,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and everybody in the coaching staff. It's a team effort. One guy doesn't win a football game.
Absolutely not.
No. So tell me, with Jalen on the coaching staff, what's it been like just watching him progress from a player to now a guy who's doing what you do, to telling people what to do on the football field?
Way more completely different human.
Yeah.
When he was a player, he was more reserved, quiet, just a guy that worked, didn't do much complaining, a problem solver, and just being able to communicate, great communicator. Now him out there, he's way more vocal. He's able to kind of communicate and show the guys exactly what it is, and going into each game, going to be able to give that information to the quarterback position and be able to help them kind of be successful.
Yeah.
From that aspect of it, and it's just another set of eyes, because I'm more of the more stern one out there, where he's more the even keeled one. So he kind of communicates with me when, nah, the coach, we gotta tone it down. So it's affecting them, or whatever the case may be. So
that's always great to have. I mean, somebody that you can trust like that, and that can tell you, hey, dial it back just a little bit, right? Is he going to be up in the booth during the season, or is he going to be on the sidelines?
Oh, yeah, no, he'll be up in the booth.
Okay,
and, we'll have our conversations and, kind of just, having that guy up there to be able to communicate a lot of what's going on, and then, kind of just go from there.
If you were calling a game, would you prefer to be up in the booth, or do you like being down there on the sideline? I mean, as the head coach, you got to be down there.
Yeah.
But if you had in a perfect world, where would you want to be?
Man, in a perfect world, it's tough. I would probably say the booth.
Just because you could see everything on the field?
Well, no, more so because I'm so isolated.
Okay.
Like, I'm an introvert by nature, unless I'm involved with my players. So anything that doesn't involve my players, like, I'm very quiet and kind of just like to stay out of the way. So when it came to the football aspect of it, if I can just be in a quiet space where I don't have to hear all the commotions and stuff, that it allows me to be way more effective. But I've learned how to do that on the sideline also. Can't worry
just
about
be in your own bubble. Yeah.
Because it's about, when you're on the sideline and you're hearing kids talk about, fruit roll-ups and Cheez-Its, and you're just like, come on, man. But I can't lose my focus because we got a game going on, so.
Yeah, it's so hard to do. So hard to just turn a switch, just block everything out. You got 100 people on the sidelines with you. You got hundreds of people in the stands watching.
Yep.
I mean, just football is just a different beast that way. And, yeah, I get it, being up in the booth, you and a couple other coaches just being there with yourself, able to see everything on the field. No, I completely get it. Going back to just how camp's been over these last few weeks, is there anybody that's really stood out to you that's made strides as a player, as a leader, that you would want to highlight?
Yeah, man, I would say, the defense.
Yeah.
The defense and the coaching staff. Those have been highlights that I've been able to see, where the kids are having fun. They're flying around. They're having fun. They're getting closer. As a unit, the team as a collective is getting closer. So I would say the whole team in general is the highlight part of it, including the coaching staff. Like, everyone's kind of just – it's a good feeling, when you know that you have people around you that actually want to see this place do well. When you're in a situation like we are, you want to make sure you have some people around that want to see this place grow and do well. So –
yeah, and you've been on a couple different stops just in your coaching journey. Has there been places where that hasn't been the feeling, like around a team going into a year where there's not good vibes?
Yeah, I think that comes with football.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like that at times when I was a player. It's the culture, and when you think about culture, people think like, oh, well, this is our culture and this is who we are, but it's the action. And when I think about culture, I think about who's the leader of the organization. That leader of the organization he's going to show you what the culture is, how he conducts and carry himself every single day, the disciplines that he have. So for me, when it comes to that kind of stuff, just the leadership, any form of leadership, it doesn't have to be in football, it could be in anything. You want to know what the culture is, just look at the leader, and they'll tell you everything you need to know about the program. And so for me, I try to be as sound as I possibly can, and making sure that we're doing what we need to do, which is, we're here to get our degree, and grow as individuals and play football while we're at it.
Absolutely. And was that, so when you took this job back in December 2021, was that a seamless transition for you? Just step right into that leadership role and everything fell into place, or what was that? No,
man, it was complete opposite, because at the end of the day, I didn't have any interest in wanting to be the head football coach here. Like, that was never
really
a plan of mine. I had zero interest in that. Jason Mulligan, our previous AD, brought me in the office and said that, hey, I'm the next head football coach. And, I told him, you got to let me do it my way. You can't change a culture without changing the people.
Right.
And so that's from Deion Sanders, by the way.
Prime time.
So for me, it was about just making sure that we got the right people here. And unlike scholarship level schools where you can do a full wholesale in players, at this level it's a little different. And so because of that, we had to kind of take our lumps and bruises as we went through it, just trying to get the right people here. So, it was just one of those processes where it was very challenging. And we're still working through those things. Like, we're not perfect by no shape or form. So, it was some hard conversations with players and coaches that we had to make to kind of get to where we needed to get to. So.
Yeah, and recruiting just at this level, compared, most people think of, the D1 level, we're throwing now, especially in the NIL, we're throwing thousands of dollars at people. It's not like that.
No.
We're not here, right here at Rockford University. Recruiting is so different. But you also get a chance to be able to, pick the guys and the type of people that you want, right? Because to come in here and play football at the D3 level, you got to really love the game, right? Because you're an athlete and a student at the same time, and most likely there's not going to be football playing career after this. So you get to be able to pick the people that you want. Is that how it usually goes?
No, unfortunately. Because if you get to pick the people that you want, then, it'll be a lot more smoother and easier.
Yeah.
But as far as, working through the process of recruiting and, getting the kids that want to be here. Like that is a good feeling, because they understand that there's an investment in themselves that, you're paying to go to school,
Right.
So we got to make sure that we're putting your degree as that primary focus. And it's just not about getting your degree. It's about having a career plan after you graduate. So many people is walking around this country with a degree and not doing anything with it. So just because we get to the finish line doesn't mean we're done. We got to make sure we're intentional and putting these young men in positions to where they have a career plan after they graduate, because football is going to end. It ends for everyone.
Yep.
And so because of that, we have to make sure that every day we're harping on that with our guys. I say it all the time. Our coaches say it all the time. So that's kind of just how we kind of operate and kind of go about it.
Yeah, I love that. You get to the finish line, but there's still more to go. I love the way that you put that. So you got a bunch of seniors on this team coming up. What is your goal? You guys have improved in every year that you've been here. What's your goal for this 2025 season?
Yeah, just to continue to grow, get better in the classroom, get better in the community, get better around campus.
Yeah.
Just become better people. Focusing on, one day at a time. Our motto here is keep chopping wood.
Yeah.
You can only chop one piece of wood at a time. So for us, just focusing on one day at a time, one moment at a time. And if we're on a football field, 7 seconds a play. The average college football play is 7 seconds. So for us, making the best of what we can do in those 7 seconds each time we get the opportunity to get a snap. So the younger me would say, yep, we want to win 9 games and go to the playoffs and win 7 games and this, that, and the third. But for us, man, it's just getting better each day and trying to find a way to grow these young men into men, getting them prepared for the real world.
Yeah.
And football does that, because you're required to work with people sometimes that you may not necessarily like or get along with, but you got to learn how to problem solve with those people to achieve the goal. Just like in the workplace, not everyone may not like each other or enjoy working with them, but you have a family that you have to provide for. You got to do what you have to do. So as far as and I'm sorry, but it's like, we don't have a goal from that aspect. We just want to get better each day as people. And if we're getting better in the classroom, we're getting better in the community, we're getting better on campus, it'll show on the football field.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. I mean, it's those little victories, right? Because a bunch of little improvements, 1% each day, that over a large chunk of time, that's a big, big difference. Yeah, I like exactly what you're saying there. And just back to just disagreements real quick and working with people just in life that you might not like all the time. I mean, football is a physical, violent sport, so there's disagreements like during practice all the time. How do you handle like disagreements like that, like quote unquote, if there's fights? Just how are you handling that?
Yeah, I think when you're in camp, tempers do flare.
Yeah,
and you kind of let them problem solve it. Obviously, everything stays on the field. It never makes it back to the locker room.
Right.
We don't condone fighting here. So obviously, guys understand what those consequences are if they do fight outside of that. In season, if a fight breaks out, there's a consequence for it. You get, we remove that player from practice. Simply because in the game, you'll be suspended from the game. And then it's a high probability that you wouldn't play that week either, because ultimately you can't make it about you. And we can't practice bad habits and then expect to go into the game and just have all good habits. No. What you do in practice is going to translate to the game, So if you're constantly arguing and fighting during practice, when you get to the game, as soon as adversity hits, that's what you're going to resort to.
You practice how you play.
Exactly. So for us, camp, flares when you get the pads on and built up aggression, or over a period of time of camp, like you get tired of hitting the same person every
single day. Yeah,
you get frustrated. But once we get in the season, now there's a bigger goal. There's a bigger understanding of what we're trying to accomplish as a team. And we need each guy as we kind of move forward with that.
And it's also nice to not be playing against yourselves every single day, right? You get to finally line up across from a team wearing a different uniform than you and lay the wood on them a little bit, right?
Absolutely. Man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've hit most of it. I mean, the last thing I really want to ask is, you guys started the first couple weeks of camp. You were on the grass up there on the practice field. Now you've been practicing on the new turf. And how has that looked? How does that feel?
Yeah, man, it's great. The players love it. Obviously, the coaches love it. It's going to allow us to be a lot more efficient, especially on those rain days and things like that. But just something to be able to have for the university, whether it's intramurals or just different other sport teams that want to get on it outside of football and soccer and women's flag. You still have like the basketball team that can go out there and get workouts in. The baseball team might want to go out there and do sprints and things like that as well. So for us, we don't. It's not ours. It's the university's. And we want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to be a part of it as well and share it and all kind of enjoy it as we kind of move forward here.
Yeah, I mean, because you guys are one team, but you guys are also part of a bigger team, and that's Rockford University. So I agree. It's a community thing, taking care of that field. And I just wanted to ask you, just as a football player, did you like playing on grass, or were you more of an artificial guy? Did you have a preference? Grass, really?
100%. Yeah. Like I don't know. It's just, it gives more.
Yeah.
So like when you're falling on the ground, it's not as hard.
That's what I agree with.
Yeah.
Falling on grass is way better than falling on turf. I always just liked running on turf. I felt like I slipped less, but that's just me.
Yeah,
right?
no, absolutely. But I'm from the South, so, a lot of it in those heat days, being on the grass is a lot better than being on that turf when it's like 105 on it, and it's tough, but the kids love it. Every so often we do go up on the grass and practice because I do enjoy it. So they don't enjoy it too much. But usually if they're not doing what they need to do, then, we'll go on the grass and kind of allow the turf to just sit there looking nice.
Yeah, there might not be anything better than a really nice kept grass field, just like those NFL fields. I get what you're saying, absolutely. Well, Coach, I mean, I've kept you. It's a Wednesday before the first game. I've kept you for a long time. I appreciate you coming on. Is there any more thoughts that you want to give? Any thoughts about Beloit? Anything you got for me?
I don't know, man. Like I said, we're focused on Rockford and what we need to do to continue to grow and make this whole university. We're just one of those pieces of stones that's a part of this university that we want to be a highlight. We want to be positive. We want to try to get as much community and campus support as possible as we kind of just embark on this season as we get ready to go into it. So, no, I definitely thank you for your time as well.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate you coming on. Everybody's rooting for you. Beloit's the first game Saturday at 1 p.m. Come on out and support. Thank you, Coach. This was episode 5 of the Rock Talk podcast. I am Cole Weber, and that will do it.